So in general Boxcutter use, you'll find yourself clicking and dragging to create a shape, and then releasing left mouse button to jump into extrude, and then clicking to apply. Alternatively, you can just click and drag to create your shape, click, and be done without specifying any depth whatsoever. In fact, the process of laser cutting is so fast that you can't really decipher what's going on in this process, except that it just cut all the way through to mesh and it's over. So we do have steps offered to allow users to break down that process. So if we click on release lock, we see that whenever you click and drag and create a shape, it actually drops you into a 2D state and shows you dots. So it basically auto pauses, allowing you to grab this dot and bring it down, and then from there click and apply. So this is just an alternative way that you're able to use Boxcutter, where you're able to basically click and drag to create your shape, and then you're able to do stuff like shift drag this dot in order to move the shape around, click and drag to perform the extrusion, drag this dot to perform a bevel, shift drag this dot to perform a solidify, and then of course click to apply. However, repeat lock is a lot more than just the option that we're clicking. If we shift click it, we see that there's release lock laser cut, which we'll also check, and repeat lock. So laser cut lock will basically allow us to cut through and perform a laser cut, but it will pause it and allow us to actually see what shape we're actually getting calculated before the operation completes. So we'll draw another shape, it drops us into a 2D state. If we click, we see that it actually shows us what the result of cutting through the mesh is going to look like before, and allows us this opportunity to get in and actually adjust the dots and do things with the shape that we normally wouldn't be able to do, because laser cut is usually over and done with in a snap. So by clicking and applying, we're now done with that. And let's go and turn off actual release lock, so that way whenever we click and drag, we're just working. But if we perform a laser cut, we see that we're still able to get the pause, because underneath the settings we still have release lock laser cut enabled. So it's just an interesting way to work. Sometimes you want to work, but you want to pause your shapes and actually look at what your shape results are going to be. Like maybe I want to actually stare at the shape and wonder why it's popping out so far, but that's a story for another day. So we'll try that same cut again. We see this one actually laser cut properly, and so we can just click and apply this. So sometimes whenever we're doing diagnosis, it's important for us to be able to pause the shape and actually take a good look at it, just to examine that the results that we're getting are what we're actually intending to go for. The last option I want to talk about in here, or the third option I want to talk about, not the last, is repeat lock. So we talked about how you could draw a shape, and then by double clicking you can actually repeat a shape. But what if you wanted to pause that shape as you're repeating it? So now that this shape is paused, I can actually rotate it, move it up to a different area and place it. I can control double click, place another shape, rotate this one back to the original shape, space bar, apply it, control double click, got this shape, I'm just going to rotate it, bring it over here. So repeat lock also has its own benefits for allowing users to be able to repeat and then pause and then get in and make fine adjustments to the repeat prior to the application process.